Good morning, I am Murdock with Murdock Sports and here to give you my NFL postseason picks, starting with today. Make sure to follow me on Facebook and Twitter. Send me your emails asking questions about the other games, and if I have an angle at that, I'll be more than happy to share that with you. We are looking forward to a fantastic day today. It's wild card weekend, and let's dive right into it with no delay. We have Arizona going on the road to play Carolina. A very unique situation. One of the best defenses in the league with Arizona going on the road to play Carolina, who has a losing record, and they're hosting the game against Arizona, one of the better defenses in the league and in the NFC, certainly, behind Seattle. What I'm looking at here is it's not how you start, it's how you finish. Over the years, you'll see that the wild card teams are represented in the Super Bowl. They make a big run through the championship games, and I've always looked for that ever since I've been real young. I see a trend and watch those trends, and if things don't change, things will change. Here, I like Carolina at home. Lindley is the third string quarterback behind Stanton and Carson Palmer. Sorry that they are both out. But here, Lindley, who is 1-5 as a starter, is going to go on the road and play Carolina. Carolina is they've allowed 43 points in the last 4 weeks. That's only behind Seattle. That's 43 points in 4 games. They are going to choke out Lindley. Lindley's 1-5 as a starter. He's a giraffe. He's a good quarterback, but the guy's 6'9". And the Carolina defense has been suffocating in the last month. It's not how you start, it's how you finish. Take this to the window, go to the props, and take a look. There's a reason why Arizona is 90-1. Carolina is my dark horse in the NFC. It may sound kind of weird how there's a team that is a losing record, and I certainly did not think that that was going to be the team that I was going to endorse coming into the playoffs, but I know a few things, and one of them is that it's how you finish. We'll talk about Pittsburgh in the AFC in a minute. But Carolina's laying 6 points today. The big number is 36.5. I don't think it ever gets there. I don't think it gets to 24. I think this is probably a 17-12 or 17-15 game. This definitely gets to 36.5 either. Buy the point up and get it at 37.5. So the 6 points doesn't hurt you. Second game on the board is Baltimore at Pittsburgh. This historically, and again, we follow the trends, does not sit well with Baltimore fans. Sorry, guys. You're 0-3 at Heinz Field. They don't have Le'Veon Bell, who, as you've all been watching the four-lettered network talk about Le'Veon Bell being 40% of the offense since November. It's all true. I had Bell in my fantasy league. I won my fantasy league, modestly speaking, of course. You all know who you were that I beat. Thank you very much, and I'll see you next year. But I digress. With Bell running the ball, that's a big help to Ben and the team. But there's no Bell. They're starting Harris. They're starting this kid. They signed Ben Tate. I think they get Bell back in a couple of weeks. Wouldn't expect to rest on him for the playoffs. But I do believe that Pittsburgh at home goes to 4-0 against Baltimore. Baltimore's defense can't spell defense. Ben's going to throw the ball all over the place. Antonio Brown's going to have a day like he's been having all year. And he's no fluke. He's definitely arrived in the NFL. So stay off my picks. Ease off my selections for next year. I'll be looking for Antonio Brown. Pittsburgh's money line today is -170. I won't fiddle with the 3.5 points. I'm just taking the money line. Lay that 170 to win 100, and find that at the window. Cincinnati is at Indianapolis. Indianapolis is laying 4 points in this game. Cincy has not fared well against Indianapolis. The last time Indy played them, they held them to 153 total yards. Now they have Hill is running the ball for Cincinnati. Cincinnati does not have A.J. Green today. That's a big deal. And, you know, Sanu has done well. Gresham is a great tight end. Hill's been a boost and a breath of fresh air. This doesn't translate well. Indy starts a little slow today in the first half. as Andrew typically does. He's a bit sluggish out of the box, and then he's going to finish strong. Look for Indianapolis to put that game away at the beginning of the fourth quarter comfortably. No backdoor touchdowns to get burned. We like the 4 points. I'll buy that down to 3.5, so the 24-20 doesn't come into a factor. Don't lose on pushes. Buy the half points. Don't be stingy. Pay the other $15 on a $100 bet and buy that kickstand. Otherwise, you'll regret that. And the last on the board is Detroit at Dallas. I have Dallas affiliates and I have Detroit affiliates, and both teams like to lose in the playoffs. So it's tough to figure out which angle to take here. The last time that Detroit has won a playoff game has been a minute, and Dallas also doesn't fare very well typically in the postseason. So what we do factor in here is that DeMarco Murray has been Murray all year. Broke the records. He broke Emmett's record. Look for him to keep running the ball. Detroit only allows 69 yards a game on the ground. So, it's the battle of the wills there. Sue is playing. He had that appeal. It was upheld. He's a fantastic defensive player. You guys remember seeing him in Nebraska. He manhandled entire lines, let alone just doing his own job. He's translated into a fantastic professional and also a professional scumbag. But him being a scumbag doesn't have anything to do with him being great at what he does. I'm sad to say that if he wants to kick a guy, then I don't encourage that. But he'd be the first person I put on my defensive line. So Sue is going to rally and put that line on his back. Defense is the defense. Romo's been feeling it pretty well as of late, and Des Bryant has been feeling it. Dallas is at home. Stafford has won the last 2 games. They've rallied to win. The last 2 games they've played against Dallas, I think their luck runs dry this time. I don't think he's going to go to 3-0 against Dallas. I think Dallas is going to hold fort, and they could be a dark horse in the NFC. They're too spotty, though. I don't like Dallas long term. I can't encourage that. Romo loves Time magazine and being a poor man's Tom Brady and being the center spotlight. He needs to focus. This is his last shot at some postseason play and being a legend in the Dallas. I mean, he broke his records. He did his things. He needs his legacy solidified by doing something strong in this postseason. So look for that. We also have a nugget, a bonus today, and we have the UFC fights coming on this weekend. Look, this is my free one. This is my gift to you. Happy New Year. Enjoy this. We have John Jones tonight in that fight, free, and take the proposition bet. It is going to be a knockout. It will not be a decision. It won't be anything else other than that KO. Look for that KO bet to pay, I believe it's plus 160. Look for that bet to come through. I'll meet you at the window for that. Again, Murdock with Murdock Sports. Follow me on Twitter and on YouTube. And make sure to follow, subscribe, share this with your friends. I'll meet you at the window. Have a good one.